Hello, welcome back to Wine Me Up episode 2, and this week is going to be completely different. What I'm going to try and do this time is the great wines of the world. The first wines, are their second wines worth the money? Are you actually getting better quality for more expensive, or are you just paying for the name? That is what I'm going to try and find out today. I'm going to be trying with these 3 different wines here. This one I'll be trying later on. This is from the great producer Roberto Verasio. Excuse my pronunciation, you know I don't speak Italian. Now this is a Langhe Nebbiolo. He makes fantastic Barolo wines in La Mora. He makes a blend wine of different vineyards, as they used to be done in the old days, still do of course. Still some of the best wines come from those, but he also makes single vineyard wines as well. And these are in price points of 100, 120, 130, 2,000, 250 pounds a bottle, you know, really expensive. This one is a Langhe Nebbiolo. It's cost 280 kroner a bottle and based in Denmark, as I said before, so it's like 28, 30 pounds a bottle. Langhe Nebbiolo is 100% Nebbiolo, of course, as well as Barolo, but the aging on this is completely different. There is no requirement to be in oak like there is with Barolo, and there's also things like you can take the Nebbiolo grape, the Langhe, from all over the Langhe area, whereas if it's a Barolo you have to take it from one of the 11 villages of Barolo, and they have to be south facing as well. So this can be east facing or west facing, or I don't know what this is facing to be honest with you, but anyway. So that's one of the reasons why they're cheaper as well, and of course there are younger vines used to make this wine as well. And you know, there's less pressure. You know, he's got more of a free hand on that one, I guess. Has to be Nebbiolo though. It says something on the back as well, which I really like. He's actually gone to the effort to tell exactly the plankton density, which is between 6,000 and 8,000 wines per hectare. He's telling you how many grape productions grape production is 500 to 600 grams per vine, and it's all natural yeast, spontaneous fermentation, it's no filtration. You know, he's telling you all this. He's telling you that this needs to be served at 15 to 16 degrees in a large glass. You see the fear on my face there, so I thought I'd drop those. So I'm looking forward to trying that a little later on. Tried this one recently. This is from another great name in the world of wine, also from Piemonte. This is La Spanita. This is the rhinoceros wine. Again, they make lots of wines in the Barbaresco area, which is very close to Barolo, as in Piemonte, and also 100% Nebbiolo again. Again, there you're talking 100, 120, 150 pounds a bottle for their Barbarescos. This is the Baviera. This is like the workhorse of the Italian wine market. You know, it's where if you just want a wine for a pizza, or just a, you know, have it on a Monday or a Tuesday, you know what I mean. It's a cheap drink. This one is 200 kroner a bottle, so that's quite expensive for a Baviera. And then we have, really excited to say about this one. I mean, I recently bought the first wine of this, and it was because I've already drunk a bottle of this before. This is their second wine. This is the Rosso di Montalcino from Conti Costanti. And oh my god, it was absolutely amazing. This is no ordinary Rosso di Montalcino. So what I would say straight away, if you really like Brunello di Montalcinos, but you always put your nose up a little bit to Rossos, like I've done as well. But again, going through that, a big name, how are their Rossos? This, I'll tell you this is 295 kroner, 330 pounds a bottle, but man, this is as good and better than some 50 pound bottles of Brunellos I've tried. It's absolutely superb. So, I've tasted 2 of these, and I'll give you some tasting notes and tell you if I'll buy them again. Let's get ready. So this one, as I said, we'll be trying that later on. I'll get back to you on that one. This one I tried the other day. This is the Baviera from La Spinetta. Again, please excuse my pronunciation. This is 2022 Baviera d'Asti Superior. And on the nose, blackberries. Lots of blackberries. And like a raspberry chocolate mix, you know. It's got baking spices, you know, clove and cinnamon. It's got like a clay pot. It's kind of like a minerality sort of brown sugar. It's plum, and in the mouth it has high laser beam acidity, which is typical of Babira. It's medium minus tannins. You know, whenever you talk about Babira, there's always high acidity, low tannins. Although a lot of Babiras I try, tannins are actually not that low. But this was a medium minus tannins, but laser beam high acidity, as expected. Medium bodied, but in the mouth the acidity carries the black fruits beautifully. There's also blackberry leaf on the medium plus finish. So it was a really, really good, certainly the best Babira I've ever tasted. Very plush, lots of blackberry flavours on that. If you if you like that type of thing. It's kind of like if you imagine drinking a blackberry sort of ripe Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile, but with loads of acidity. You know, really is. So no, it's really good. But would I buy this wine again? A question I will always ask myself, and no, I wouldn't. Loved it, really enjoyed it. It's a great bottle of wine. But for 200 krona, if you're drinking a Babira, I don't really want to spend maximum 100 krona for a Babira, because it really is kind of like your everyday wine, really. And even though this is better than their everyday Babira, it was a Babira. It's a great Babira, definitely worth trying. But I wouldn't buy it again. So, wine number 3. This is the Conti Costanti Rosso di Montalcino. Now, Rosso di Montalcino is similar to the Langhe Nebbiolo. It's a minimum, I think it's 3 months minimum aging in wood, I believe it has to have. And I think it has a minimum of 12 months of aging before you can release it. It can be the young wines. You know, some producers use it as, you know, if it's not a great vintage, then they'll make a Rosso instead of making the top wine. Or if the young vines aren't old enough to get the concentration, you know, because the deep roots go down and you get better quality grapes, so they're not, you know, quite there to be a Brunello, so they make a Rosso. Or you could make both and put concerted effort into making them both, you know, so it's not, you know, not like a second best wine, but just another wine they make. And I believe this is what they've done. It has to be, because it's absolute superb for Rosso di Montalcino. Anyway, tasting note on this, I've written 4.2. I give 3.8 to the Babira, by the way. 4.2. Wow, what a beautiful wine. The Rosso is better than many Brunellos in the same price point. It's medium garnet in colour with a tile red edge. That's very Brunello. Closed at first, but after 1 hour there, wow, sour cherry, sweet cedar, balsamic, smoky oak, forest floor, mushroom, it's complexed, leather and tobacco. Full-bodied, medium plus grainy tannins, high acidity, great massive structure, yet somehow elegant. Great winemaking skills up on the Plantages, who might say, but it is, you know, it's Constanti. He knows how to make a bottle of wine, or they know how to make a bottle of wine. It's complex, it's long, woodsy finish. And I've written here, don't be fooled, this is no simple Rosso. This is no simple Rosso. This is as good as a Brunello. Bravo. Really, really worth it. 295 krona bottle. You know, if you see this video, you should really try and get this. I mean, the first wine is 875 krona a bottle. It's quite expensive. Certainly the most expensive bottle of wine I've ever bought. But it's something I could look at for the next 10 years now, down in my wine cellar. And I had to buy it because it's a 100-point wine, that one. And if you know, if it's even just twice as good as this, it's going to be absolutely epic. This is brilliant. 295 krona a bottle. Would I buy it again? Well, I have. This is another one. So definitely would. Great wine. Anyway, I was going to say that's it for episode 2, but I'll get back to you on this then. So back again with a bit of a live tasting for the last Langhe Nebbiolo of the group of 3. Beautiful pale ruby colour. Light red pale ruby. I did put this in a decanter. I don't always do that. I like to So I like to, especially Nebbiolo, if I'm drinking it by myself anyway over an evening, I just like to open it and take it straight from the bottle and just drink it over 4 or 5 hours and watch it change, because that's one of the great things about Nebbiolo, how it evolves in the glass. But this one, it's been worried to be a bit too tight because it's quite young, so I'll put it in a decanter, and it's opened up quite nicely, really nice. So first thing that hits me is cranberries, there's some red currant, some strawberry, red cherry, there's rose, nice rose fruit, a little bit of white pepper, touch of almond as well, a little bit of oak, not sure, a bit confused about that, a little bit of oak maybe. Beautifully mouth-wateringly lush on the palate, really lush on the palate. Really nice tannins. I wouldn't say they were high that you normally get or can very often get. They're definitely medium plus tannins, but they're really well integrated medium plus tannins. So they work really well. Acidity's high, but not on a laser beam type high like the Bibira was. This is more like a refreshing, lush, mouth-wateringly high tannins. Medium plus tannins. A little bit of red licorice as well. Yeah. Elegant. Nice red berry finish with a touch of oak on the finish as well, I'd say. Yeah. Good wine. But would I buy it again? And I have to say, even though I really enjoyed it, and it is a good wine, I'm still enjoying it. For Langhe Nebbiolo, it is too expensive. It's 280 kroner a bottle. I'll put a picture in of another wine in if I remember, one from Brezza. They make also a wine house in Barolo, the town Barolo, called Brezza. They're Langhe Nebbiolo. I tasted that a few months ago, and that was almost as good as this. This is better, but so similar, but that was 180 kroner a bottle. So I'd have to say no, I wouldn't buy it again. I would definitely buy the Brezza instead, but very, very enjoyable. Great wine. I've given it a 3.9 on Vivino. Anyway, thanks for this time. See you on the next one.